one thing.
Okay, don't distract. Do your work. Stop. You're distracted. Okay, next time count your time before you start doing your Kumar work. Okay, so that's pretty much about mummy, is to preserve the ancient body so that you last them forever and ever. So thanks to the mummies, till now, we actually know a lot about the history in Egypt because they are preserved in a mummified way. So how do they do that? It took about 70 days to embalm a body. First, all the internal organs are removed. It's like, they have to cut away. When you die, they cut away. And then take all your organs away. Then, the body was cleansed with palm wine. Got wine on their body? Okay, is to prevent all the rotting. And crushed incense. Okay, so to kill away all the germs. Then, it was filled with crushed myrrh and other spices. I had no idea what that spices is. After that, it was covered with salt mixture. Okay, it's so that to dry up. Okay, so it won't be moist because anything which is moist, it will rot. So they don't want it to rot. They have to dry up. Just like sometimes when you buy your shoe or something, there is like a little packet with a little dots, right? Okay, those are the things to help to dry up, but they have an ancient way to help them to dry up, which is using the salt mixture. Okay, so that is the same thing, which is the sodium carbonate balls. All right. Okay, so then the body is wrapped in string with white linen cotton, which has been coated with resins. Finally, preserved the body, and the mummy was placed in a coffin and sealed in the tomb. Tomb is how to say in Chinese? I don't know. Okay, basically in a coffin. Okay, so let's watch about, today we're gonna watch two videos. One video about the pyramid and the other video about the mummy.
He died in Egypt in the...
Watch before this one.
This is a mummy of a...
Did I share or you watch on your own?
I watched before.
Oh, I see. Wow. Can you tell me what you know about that?
Like the mummy is like need to put on the thing, and then why do they need to put in the thing? Don't make it rotten.
Because last time they believed that if they can preserve the body and the soul, everything, then it can protect their village. That's why they never want to let the body rot. Okay, because their belief is that if they rot already, then they become devil.
They'll become again. They'll become people again.
No, they can become devil soul. Okay, last time belief, I'm not too sure why, but that's what their belief is.
A young man named Heraclides. He died in Egypt in the 1st century AD when he was about 20 years old. Mummification was developed by the ancient Egyptians to preserve the body for the afterlife. Typically, all internal organs were removed before mummification, with the exception of the heart. But in this case, the heart was removed and the lungs were left intact. Next, the body was covered with salt and left for about 40 days, until all moisture was eliminated. Perfumed oils and plant resins were rubbed on the body. Thick layers of resin were applied to glue the strips of linen that were wrapped around the body. The mummy was placed on a wooden board, and more wrappings bound them together. A mysterious pouch, perhaps of religious significance, was placed on the chest. A mummified ibis, a wading bird with a slender, down-curved bill, was placed on the abdomen. Ibis mummies commonly served as votive offerings to the gods, but this is an unusual case of a bird being mummified with a deceased human. Long linen strips further secured the wrappings. A portrait panel of Heraclides was placed over the face. A large linen cloth was wrapped around the mummy. The shroud was painted red with an imported lead-based pigment. This treatment is rare. Very few red shroud mummies are known to exist. Egyptian symbols of protection and rebirth were painted on the outer cloth with pigments and gold. Finally, Heraclides' name was written in Greek at the feet. Thanks to this remarkable mummification process, Heraclides' body is with us today.
So that's pretty much about Egypt. Last time, long time ago, Egypt was known that they are actually one of the very advanced country. Okay, but then that's why they have mummy. That's why they have the pyramid tower. So they were very advanced that time. Okay, but however now they are not that advanced anymore. Okay, that's pretty much about mummification. Let me share one more video with you about the Egypt. What is so cool about the gift of the Niles? What is that? Yes. Okay, so let's learn about the gift of the Niles.
Grammarly is your personal writing assistant for clear emails, confident messages, stronger essays, and more. Because sometimes
In ancient times, the land of Egypt was called the gift of the Nile. For without this great river, Egyptian civilization would not have existed. The Nile is born deep within the African continent. It begins its journey from tropical lakes and snowy mountains, far to the south of Egypt. From there it flows 4,000 miles northward to the Mediterranean Sea. It is one of the world's biggest rivers. After plunging from the mountains, it spreads out to begin its graceful journey through Egypt. Here it passes through a timeless landscape, for life along the Nile has changed very little since the beginning of history. The river flows past fields which today are worked just as they were thousands of years ago. It flows past shepherds driving their sheep along the riverbank, and past farmers working together in the fields within sight of the silent water. Occasionally, the river glides by magnificent temples from the distant past, or past lush groves of palm trees, a reminder of the time when forests filled with flowers and wildlife cloaked much of the land along the Nile. In ancient times, water lilies grew along the riverbanks. The people living in the Nile Valley chose this beautiful flower as a symbol of their land. Yet,
It's pretty much water lily.
throughout its journey to the sea, the Nile actually flows through a vast desert called the Sahara. The Sahara extends for hundreds of miles across the north of Africa. It is difficult to travel through the Sahara. Large distances must be crossed without water, and the temperature reaches 115 degrees. The ancient Egyptians did travel here, but only when necessary. Mainly, they traveled up and down the river by boat, just as people do today. The ancient Egyptians could row or even sail downriver, aided by the river current. To return upriver, They simply filled their sails with wind, which usually blows from the north. The river carried almost everything. Even the heavy stones they used to build their temples were carried on the river in sailing ships. And at cities along the Nile, they unloaded precious cargo from foreign lands. For Egyptian sailors ventured out across the Mediterranean Sea to trade with their neighbors. Luckily for the Egyptians, the burning desert on both sides of the Nile protected the valley from invasion by foreign armies. In ancient times, this protected valley, the valley of the Upper Nile, was called Upper Egypt. In the north, the river divides and follows many different channels to the sea, forming a fan-shaped delta. The delta was called Lower Egypt.
So that's pretty much
Shireen,
the
can
gift
you
of
send
the
two?
nouns. Yes.
Can you send two video link into the chat? Because my line is not very great.
But anyway, it's also in your Google Classroom under the stream. All the videos I sent to you normally it's already like that. Anyway. Okay. All right. But anyway, I have already sent to you as well. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much the story of the mummies in the olden days. Okay, what I want to focus today is this. Okay, the gift of nouns. Okay, why I'm actually focusing this? Because this is actually how your exam format gonna be. Okay, just for information, your exam is gonna happen on next week. So next week you have two papers. You have two papers for your English, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 focus on your grammars, all right, which is the punctuation and all this stuff. Okay, which I'm gonna go through in details. What is it? How it works? Okay, and paper 2 is focused on your reading and writing, which means that they'll give you a comprehension like this. Okay, they'll give you a comprehension like this. And then after they give you about, depends on the question, about 12 to 15 questions, depends. Okay. Then after the questions, some of it is just writing the answer, some of this is ticking it. Okay, then after that, at the end of the day, they will have section B, which is writing, which is related to the story. You need to write something. Okay, so on Wednesday, I'm gonna go through with you more details about what is the exact covered in paper 1, what kind of grammar and all these details I'll cover with you. And paper 2, exactly how it is. Okay, so today we're gonna focus a little bit on how paper 2 looks like. Okay, it's gonna be paper 2, it's focused on the reading and writing. Paper 1, grammar. Okay, paper 2, let's read this. Okay, can we have Joanna, can you read the first paragraph?
The side of the one of the words, as the side of one of
the words most advanced.
as the side of one the words most advanced and ancient
Civilization.
Egypt had a variety of amazing, curious
Attractions.
A part of the magnificent pyramids of Giza, home of the Sphinx, and the law of the vast river Nile. There are many other reasons to visit this extraordinary place.
Okay, thank you. So basically over here you see that Egypt is very, very special because of a few very famous tourist spots. Obviously is the pyramids of the Giza, which is this thing, and this thing. Okay, the river of Nile, which is what I showed you the video just now. And other reasons some people go there for the mummies and stuff like that as well. Okay, next. Second paragraph, who would like to read? Everyone needs to read anyway. Who would like to read second? Okay, second, how about, excuse me. Second, can we have Jensen then? Unmute, please.
On your trip to Luxor, you can visit the 3,000-year-old tomb in the Valley of the King and Queen. There you will find what is known as the world's greatest open-air museum, where every temple is more breathtaking than the last.
Very good. So here, all this very famous with the temples and the tombs. So it's very breathtaking. Okay. So each and every one is better than better. All right. Next, can we have Yishu? Go on.
A visit to Egypt isn't complete without a trip to Cairo, the capital city where the
Go on here. Go on an excursion.
go on an excursion to
Memphis.
Memphis to admire to limestone colossus of Ramses
Two.
and the giant alabaster spin on
Of
Saqqara to the step pyramid. Teacher?
Yeah.
What is the thing in front of the pyramid?
This thing is
Yeah.
part of the pyramid.
Huh?
It's part of the pyramid.
Is the pharaoh?
Is this called the spin? Speaks.
What?
What is that called?
It's also part of the pyramid. Okay, have you seen Aladdin?
Nope.
The ring.
Yep.
Is it that like
It's not.
this one is 私人面相.
Yep. Okay, it's right. Yeah, the Sphinx. So that is actually right in front of the pyramid. It's actually located on the southeast. Sorry.
I think that is like a little kitty.
Okay, it's supposed to represent like a little lion kind of thing. Okay.
I think it's a kitty already.
Okay. Good. Continue. A visit to Egypt. You haven't finished, right? A visit to Egypt. Yishin, continue last sentence.
A visit to Egypt isn't complete without a trip to Cairo, the capital city where where the Egyptian museum house king to thank
Tutankhamun.
human priceless treasure.
Okay, good. Okay, last Charlize. To appreciate. Sorry, I accidentally clicked. Can you click it again one more time, Charlie? Sorry. Yes, to appreciate.
To appreciate some traditional recreation, take a felucca boat right across the Nile or ride a camel over the desert dunes. Egypt is characteristic by its moderate climate, especially in winter, so take time to relax on some of the world's most glorious beach. Let us help you create a holiday package that will make your dreams come true.
Okay, very good. Okay. So let's look into all this. What's the main idea of this text? Is it all about facts about Egypt? Or the main idea is to how to plan a holiday? Or is a tourist attraction in Egypt? What's the main idea of this text? 他在教你全部 Egypt 的东西啦，或者是教你怎么 plan 那个 holiday 啦，或者是 tourist attraction in Egypt。You thought everywhere, what's the answer 啦？ Okay, you see over here they talk about all the tourist attraction. They didn't tell you much about the history of the Egypt, isn't it? So there's not much facts about Egypt. But over here they tell you like on the trip, what are you gonna see, the excursion, what you're gonna see, and so on and so forth. So it doesn't teach you how to plan the holiday, but it does tell you about the tourist attraction in Egypt. So it's a tourist attraction of Egypt. Got it? Question number 1. Answer is tourist attraction of Egypt. Number 2. Who is this text aimed at? Do you think that they aim for the children to read this? Or for the adult, or both? No way, no children join us. It's only for the adults. So number 2, the answer is adults.
That is all English and kids don't know what it means.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is how the exam looks like. They don't really exactly ask you the question exactly it is, but it's 比较抽象. Okay, it's more subjective. Okay, so you have to read in between the lines. Best description of the text. It contains, yep.
What is 抽象?
Subjective.
What is 抽象?
It means that it tell you but not telling you. It's like in this text, they tell you that it is for adults. No, right? It is just your feel, right? Because of this reason. So that's pretty abstract. They did not say this advertisement is for adults only. That is very obvious. But abstract is like they didn't tell you directly, but you kind of get it. Understand? 抽象, abstract. Okay, take the best describe of the text. It contains mostly facts. It contains mostly opinion. It contains some facts and some opinion. What do you think? Is it all facts? Yeah, all these places are facts. 3,000-year-old tomb, yes, it's all facts. Okay. All right. All right, pretty much all of it, it says it pretty much all about facts. It didn't give you any opinion. I think this is a very beautiful or anything. Okay, so this is pretty much all facts. Got it? Number 3, facts. Number 4, what type of text is this? Is it a newspaper article? Is it a brochure? Or is it a letter? What do you think? Newspaper article is like writing news. You always have a date, what happened, tragic accident or stuff like that. It's nothing like that. Brochure is like 打广告. It's like, is it advertising? Yes, it's advertising a holiday package. So yes, it is a brochure. Is it a letter? No, it's like didn't say from who to who, so no, it's not a letter. Got it?
And also not a 作文.
That's right. So identify one feature of this type of text that you can find here. Okay, what's the feature of this type of text? How do you know that? Because it says one feature of this type of text that you can find here. What's the feature? It says that how do you know this is a brochure? Because the last sentence it says that let us help you create a holiday package that will make your dream come true. Done? Okay, Joanna is done. How about the rest? One example of persuasive writing in the text. Okay, so which part of it is so persuasive that you want to go? Okay, because of this last sentence. Okay, there's many persuasive here. It's like a visit to Egypt isn't complete without where the Egypt Museum houses King Tuna's priceless treasure. Oh, the treasure attracts you. Okay, or probably here is like on your visit to Luxor, you can visit you'll find what is known the world greatest open air museum where the temple is more breathtaking. It's like wow, world greatest open air museum. That can be persuasive as well. Or you can say, because of this world most glorious beach, that can be persuasive as well. So any sentence you like, anything that makes you want to go there. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick one sentence.
What?
There you will find what is known as the world's greatest open air museum, where every temple is more breathtaking than the last. Okay, any sentence you like. There's many Here that shows that it's a persuasive sentence. Okay, because of world greatest air museum, because of world most glorious fish, because of the priceless treasure. Okay, or because world most advanced ancient civilization. Okay, anything.
I haven't done the question 6 too long.
No worries, I'll give you some time. But I can't give you much time also, yeah? Because we only have like 5 minutes left.
But I think you teach Jane for a long time.
That's what every time Jane thinks that I teach you very long, and you think I teach Jane very long. Right? Because both class also I extended and late.
My command I use this time already. Oh no.
Oh no, that's very long. I thought command always asks you to do within less than 10 minutes.
Yes. I think I am more than 半小时 already. Oh no.
Okay, hurry up. Done. Shall we?
I take a picture.
Okay. Go ahead. Done? Take a picture already, yeah? Two facts from the text. Which are the things inside which is facts? Okay. You can visit the 3,000-year tomb in the valley of the. Okay, so this is a fact. It says the tomb is 3,000 years old. It is a fact. Okay, the other facts. The trip is without a Cairo, the capital city, where the Egyptian museums. So this is also fact. Cairo is a capital city, and there got what? Okay, so they just need two facts. Done. So the two facts is 3,000-year-old tombs in the valley of the kings and queens. Fact number one. Fact number two. Cairo, the capital city where the Egyptian Museum houses King Tutankhamun. Priceless treasures. Both is facts. Both of them are facts. Okay, then next number 8, they ask you where you can see Sphinx. So here it says fix. So you can go to Memphis. Where else got say fix? Snakes.
Sorry, what is number 7? I copy number 6 for a long time.
Number 7 is in the chat. 3,000 years old. Tomb in the Valley of King and Queen. Cairo, the capital city.
Oh, longer than number 6 already.
Two place. Do you see two place that can see Memphis? Oh, or Saqqara. Okay, so you want to see 6 at the Memphis or Saqqara? Okay. You need to be fast a little bit. Number 9, adjectives to describe Egypt. How do they adjectives? Adjectives 是形容词. How do they describe Egypt? Like beautiful, what kind of word? Okay, so we need to read the top part. How do they describe the climate? How do they describe the beach? Yes.
Your number 7, Cairo the city.
Where?
Oh,
W-H-E-R-E. Okay. How they describe Egypt? Okay. How they describe Egypt is, the adjectives is world's most advanced and ancient civilization. Okay, that is how they describe Egypt. How do they describe the Pyramid of Giza? Where is Pyramid of Giza? Okay, how they describe Pyramid of Giza is over here. It's magnificent. Okay, Pyramid of Giza, how they describe is magnificent. How they describe the climate? They say moderate climate. How do they describe the beach?
Teacher Sharon,
Yes.
primary of
Okay, I'm gonna go already. Hurry up.
Sharon,
No.
let me.
Yes, I'm 5 minutes late for next class already. Okay. All right, can you please take a picture? Yes,
Sharon, let me.
Yes. Please take a picture, please.
Okay.
Okay, can you try to do question 10 and 11 by yourself?
10, 11.
Ah,
I don't know how to do.
try by yourself, okay? I'll explain on next. Wednesday. Okay?
Next Wednesday. This Wednesday.
Coming Wednesday. Coming Wednesday. Okay. All right. So your homework is to do page 72, 73, and 74. Until see you me. All right. Okay. Bye bye.